Let's also now get you some other details coming in, and this is what CBI sources are telling CNN News 18, that proceeds of crime were used to build property like mall in Gurugram, the Urban Cubes mall associated with Tejashwi Yadav. Land received against jobs was sold off and money was used to build the mall. These are from companies built to regularize proceeds of crime. This is what CBI sources are telling us, all associated with Tejashwi Yadav, which means trouble will only continue to mount as far as Tejashwi Yadav is concerned. Remember, you already have reactions coming in from the Mahagathbandhan who are questioning the timing of when these raids are taking place. My colleague Anvit is joining us, and he in fact is joining us from outside this mall in Gurugram. Anvit, talk to us about what is the connection as far as this mall in Tejashwi Yadav is concerned.
See, right now we are outside Whiteland Corporation, and this is the company. This is said to be a construction company in which it is being alleged that Tejashwi Yadav and the family members have some stakes. Now the CBI teams were here since morning, and it's just been half an hour that the CBI teams have left. They have left with some documents with them. We are learning that the documents are related to the ownership of this firm and some account or documents. They have also questioned some of the employees who were already here, and we'd like to bring in some visuals. See, this is the under construction building which is being said to have been being built probably with the proceeds of crime which was earned through the land for job scam. And this is the firm, you know, where they are saying that Tejashwi Yadav and his family members own some equity. In fact, the CBI is yet to come out and give details of it. But if we talk about the details of the case, you know, that in which the CBI had registered an FIR earlier, it was that to conduct earlier in May also this year, CBI had conducted searches in the related cases where Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family members in connection with land for job scam had come under the radar. And earlier his wife, former CM Rabri Devi, and their daughters Meesa Yadav and Hema Yadav's properties were also raided. And see, this is all happening because it is being alleged that between 2004 to 2009, when Lalu Yadav was the railway minister, he had given jobs to some people in exchange of getting lands from them at throwaway prices, whether it was getting it registered on their name or it was in forms of gifts. So that is the allegation related to which searches are being made today. And the properties that are being raided, more than 25 locations that are being raided across states, many of these locations are very much in Delhi and Gurugram, and we are at one such location in Gurugram. This Whiteland Corporation, one such location. Another location is just some distance from here, which is known as Worldmark. And that both of these locations are being raided because the allegations are that either Tejashwi and family members own equity in these companies, or the construction of these companies were made using the proceeds of crime earned from the land for job scam.
Okay, Anvit, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Our colleague Arunima also now joining us on the broadcast. So Arunima, taking on from what Anvit is pointing out, the main allegation as of now is that some of these properties were actually built using proceeds of crime. What are sources within the agencies telling you?
Yes, at least one of the properties in Gurugram, which is an under construction mall in Sector 71, it goes by the name of Urban Cubes Mall. The charge is that this mall is being built using money from the land for job scam. So essentially, what is the scam? The people were being given jobs in railway zones of Mumbai, Jabalpur, Kolkata, Jaipur and Hajipur, when Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav was the railway minister. And in return for these jobs, people were, paying the bribe amount that was being paid was not in cash, it was in terms of land. This land parcel was then being sold off by the accused, and the money that they got from there was then invested in these properties that are being raided. This is broadly the charge that CBI is making. They claim that this under construction mall and the two companies which are being raided, they're all connected, and they're all connected with Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Tejashwi Yadav, or his associates. They're also making a charge that, even though RJD has called it political vendetta, CBI says that these raids are being carried out after they received evidence and they interrogated accused like Bhola Singh, who was arrested a few days ago. So the interrogation and scrutiny of evidence has led them to fresh documents and hence the search.
So, Arunima, what are sources also telling you as far as these raids are concerned? Currently, we're understanding raids are underway in as many as 25 locations. Could we see the ambit of these raids increase as well?
See, this is the third round of searches in this case that CBI is carrying out. When they registered the FIR on 18th of May and named Lalu Prasad Yadav, Rabri Devi, Meesa Bharti, Hema Yadav, and 12 other people. They carried out the first round of searches. Then a second arrest was made out of Bhola Singh ji, and at that point also there were searches that were carried out. So this is the third round. Depending upon what they recover today, what is the ownership pattern that they established, how is it that they link it to the original charge that these are properties being built through proceeds of the crime, you could see more searches as well in the days coming up.
Arunima, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Let me go back to Anvit, also continues to report for us from outside the location. Anvit, what are people on the ground telling you? How many officers from the agency came earlier in the day? What kind of questioning happened as far as personnel on the ground were concerned?
See, as far as these details are concerned, CBI has not come out, or the officials who were here, they have not spoken to media at all about it. But see, this is the place, as you can see, laborers and the staff is working here. We tried to speak to some of them. They have all, it seems that they have been told to keep quiet on this because none of them have spoken to us. Also, we have not been allowed inside the office where the raids were on. And as far as the document that the CBI have seized are concerned, what we are learning is that mostly these documents pertain to the ownership of the this company, Whiteland Corporation, and some documents related to accounts have also been seized.
Okay. Arunima, this is also now, of course, become into a big political standoff as well, because the Mahagathbandhan, the RJD and the JDU want to question the timing, because today was when Nitish Kumar-led Mahagathbandhan was supposed to prove their majority. So they're saying this is just vendetta politics, is nothing new as far as evidence is concerned.
Yes, and CBI officials, when we asked them, rebutted that charge completely. They continue to maintain that it is just a coincidence that these searches, the decision to carry out the searches today came at a time when the Bihar, trust vote was also happening. They insist, the CBI officials insist, that they decided to carry out these searches because new evidence came up. After going through the existing papers that they had seized in the last two rounds of searches and questioning of the suspects who are in their custody, they came up with fresh leads. And to work on those leads as a SOP for investigation, they carried out searches today, 25 locations being raided, Delhi, Noida, Bihar, various places in Bihar, because they're trying to connect all the dots. The chain of criminal conspiracy has to be completed, hence the raids today. They're strongly rebutting the charge of this being political in India.
Before I go back to Anvit, just for the benefit of our viewers, could you give us a background as far as this case and where does the investigation currently stand? Arunima?
Can you hear me now, Ridhima?
Can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So on the 18th of May, there was an FIR that was lodged by CBI. In this FIR, Lalu Prasad Yadav, Rabri Devi, Nisa Bharti, Hema Yadav, 12 other people, they were all named. What was the charge that CBI was making? Then when Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav was the railway minister, there was wrongful recruitment. At least 12 people were given jobs in railway zones of Mumbai, Jabalpur, Kolkata, Jaipur and Hajipur. And the allegation was made that in lieu of this job, the quid pro quo was that these people then gave land parcels. These land parcels were then sold, and actually 1.05 lakh square feet land in Patna was acquired by the first family of RJD, paying in cash. Now, that itself is a huge question mark as to how did this family come up with such a huge cash payment? Why did they decide to pay in cash? Because then it becomes black money. You're evading tax on that income. So that was the first charge. Subsequently, they carried out more searches, arrested one of the key aides of the Yadav family, Bhola Singh, and further searches were carried out. Now they've reached the stage where they feel that they have completed the chain of conspiracy. They know who were the players. And they're now completing their paperwork, collecting documents to support their case that this conspiracy was hatched, jobs were wrongly given, there was quid pro quo, and then the proceeds of the crime were used to build more property for the Yadav family.
Okay, Arunima, thanks for giving us that explanation as far as the history of the case is concerned. Anvit, also thanks a lot for getting us all those details.